Good evening, everyone. I am Chinmay Khadke and welcome you to this weekly weather discussion video from India Meteorological Department. Here we will be discussing the weather that has occurred over past week. If you look at the weather events that occurred over the last week, the monsoon trough position remained near normal in the early days of the week, and then it shifted to south of its normal position because of presence of low pressure systems across this region. A low pressure area formed off Odisha coast over northwest Bay of Bengal, and it further intensified into depression. This particular system moved west-northwestward across Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and as of now, it has become less marked over MP. If we look at the other systems, there is currently a well-marked low-pressure area over Saurashtra and adjoining northeast Arabian Sea. In the earlier part of the week, there was a western disturbance that was observed over central Pakistan. Offshore trough was observed during 6th to 10th of August across the western Ghats of the uh, India. The shear zone continues to uh, present across the central parts of the country from 8th to 11th of August. If we look at the 7 days cumulative rainfall distribution for past particular this week, then because of presence of low pressure formation of low pressure systems and its movement across the central parts, most of the states across the central parts, that is Odisha, Chhattisgarh, MP, as well as Gujarat, has received heavy rainfall amount. And apart from this, the western Ghats also received very heavy rainfall during past week. Heavy to very heavy rainfall with extremely heavy rainfall at isolated places occurred over Konkan and Goa during this region, and over Odisha, Vidarbha, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal for 2 days each. It was also observed over Madhya Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, and South Interior Karnataka for 1 day each during the week. If we look at the subdivisional rainfall map for the past 1 week, then as you can see, the southern peninsular state continue to show the excess to large excess rainfall amounts for this particular week, as well as the western Rajasthan. The rest of the Indian states, most of the North Indian states, as well as the Northeast states, continue to show either deficient or normal rainfall monsoons, whereas the Bihar and Punjab continue to show large deficient for this particular week. If we look at the cumulative rainfall departure, the east and northeast India showed minus 33% departure during past week. Northwest India showed minus 17% departure, whereas the central India and southern peninsula showed positive departure of 42% as well as 72% respectively. Country as a whole during past 1 week showed departure of positive 19%. If we look at the entire period of this particular monsoon season, that is from 1st of June to 10th of August, and country as a whole, then most of the parts of the country showed normal to excess rainfall, and only the states of UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, Gangetic West Bengal, and northeastern states of Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura showed deficient rainfall during this period. Country as a whole uh, received plus 8% rainfall during this period, and only the east and northeast India continue to show the negative departure of minus 16%. As of now, the monsoon trough on 8th on 11th of August continues to pass through the central parts of the country from the well-marked low pressure area present over the Saurashtra across the central parts of the country and then southeastwards towards the northwest Bay of Bengal. The offshore trough continues to pass through this well-marked low-pressure area over Saurashtra up to the North Kerala. A cyclonic circulation is also present over the western parts of Gangetic West Bengal and neighborhood, between 1.5 km and 7.6 kilometers above mean sea level. Coming to the forecast rainfall for week 1, you can see that the eastern part of the country is likely to receive more rainfall. Also, the states of Chhattisgarh as well as parts of Vidarbha and Konkan and Goa are likely to receive more rainfall during week 1. And the week 2 also shows similar conditions with eastern parts of the country and some parts of uh, northern western Ghats as well as Vidarbha is showing positive rainfall. If coming to the forecasted rainfall anomaly, the deficient rainfall anomaly is expected over the southern peninsular states for both the weeks. For the week 1, the western UP, Uttarakhand, and adjoining region is also like apart and along with Arunachal Pradesh are also expected to show the negative anomaly, whereas the parts of core monsoon zone, that is western UP, Vidarbha, Gujarat, and parts of northern Konkan as well as northern Madhya Maharashtra as well as Meghalaya are likely to show positive rainfall anomaly. In the week 2 also, more or less the central parts are likely to have normal to slightly excess rainfall anomaly during week 2. If we look at the synoptic conditions, a well-marked low-pressure area that lies over Saurashtra and adjoining Northwest Arabian Sea is likely to move west-northwestward away from the Indian coast and intensify into a depression during next 48 hours over the same region, that is Northeast Arabian Sea and neighborhood. Monsoon trough is likely to be active and oscillate around its normal position during most days of the week. The east-west shear zone along 23° north over central India in middle tropospheric level is likely to persist during next 2 days. A low pressure area is likely to form over North Bay of Bengal around 13th August. It is likely to become more marked during subsequent 24 hours and move west-northwestwards thereafter. If we look at the rainfall distribution, fairly widespread rainfall with isolated heavy falls and thunderstorms lightning is likely over West Madhya Pradesh, East Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Vidarbha, Saurashtra and Kutch, Gujarat states, Konkan and Goa, and Madhya Maharashtra during the mentioned dates. Isolated heavy rainfall is also likely over Konkan and Goa and Ghat areas of Madhya Maharashtra on 11th, West Madhya Maharashtra on 11th and 15th, East Madhya Maharashtra and East Madhya Pradesh and Vidarbha on 14th and 15th of August. Isolated heavy uh, falls with fairly widespread rainfall and thunderstorm is also likely over the Gangetic West Bengal on 14th, Jharkhand on 11th, 13th, and 14th, as well as Odisha and other northeastern states during second half of the week. Isolated heavy to heavy rainfall are also likely over Odisha and Gangetic West Bengal during the earlier part of the week. Scattered to fairly widespread rainfall with isolated heavy falls are likely over Ghat areas of Tamil Nadu on 11th, Karnataka on 11th and 12th, and coastal Andhra Pradesh and Yanam on 13th and 14th of August. Isolated very heavy rainfall is likely over Ghat areas of coastal and south interior Karnataka on 11th of August. Scattered fairly widespread rainfall with isolated heavy falls and thunderstorms is likely over eastern Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, as well as Punjab and Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir over some of the days of this week. Isolated very heavy rainfall is also likely over Jammu and Kashmir and Uttarakhand, as well as East Rajasthan on 11th and 15th of August. Isolated to scattered rainfall with thunderstorms is likely over rest of the parts of the country during the week. Coming to the warnings for next week, the northwestern states are likely to receive heavy rain along with squall and hail in some of the states, as well as the northeastern states like Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura, along with Assam and Meghalaya, Gangetic West Bengal, and Odisha, as well as Andhra Pradesh, are likely to receive heavy rainfalls during 12th as well as 13th. There is alert for the state of Odisha on 13th, and as the system will continue to track towards west northwest, the adjoining areas of Odisha, that is Odisha, then Chhattisgarh, as well as eastern MP, has orange alert on 14th of August, and on 15th of August, the East MP, West MP, as well as the East Rajasthan is has been given the orange alert. The monsoon trough is very like for the second week. The monsoon trough is very likely to be north of its normal position during first half of the week, and it will shift gradually southwards thereafter. Coming to the rainfall, fairly widespread to widespread rainfall with isolated heavy falls are likely over northwest, central, and east India during most days of the week. Rainfall activity is likely to be normal to above normal over northwest, central, and east India. It is likely to be near normal over rest of the parts of the country outside Arunachal Pradesh, Sub-Himalayan West Bengal, and Sikkim, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Kerala, where it is likely to be below normal. Coming to the cyclogenesis probability, during week 1, there is moderate probability of cyclogenesis over the northern Bay of Bengal as well as northeastern Arabian Sea, where a well-marked low-pressure area or Saurashtra and adjoining northeast Arabian Sea is likely to intensify into depression during next 48 hours, and another low-pressure area is likely to form over North Bay of Bengal around 13th of August. That is also likely to intensify into depression over North Bay and North Bay of Bengal during middle of week 1. Coming to the week 2, there is no cyclogenesis which is expected in the week 2 over North Indian Ocean region. That is all from our side today. Please make use of our apps for Android as well as iOS. Do visit our website, that is mosam.imd.gov.in, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you.